Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 5:25 p.m. on this chilly fall evening. I'm sitting outside on the front porch. It's actually not as cold as it was yesterday, I don't think. But it's still a little bit cold, and it's supposed to get warmer through the weekend, which I'm excited about. Be a little bit nicer, and then it'll be back down into the 60s. Last night, it got down into the 30s, so it was really, really cold last night. Tanya and I went to our meeting after I got done vlogging last night. I took a shower and got changed, and then Alex took me over to Tanya's, and we went to our meeting last night and had a really good time. There were actually quite a few people there, and I saw a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in like several years, and so it was really good seeing him. I had, for a long time, I think it was actually while I was vlogging on this channel, there was a period where I was going to like 5 or 6 candlelight meetings a week. Whenever I say that, people are always like, what does that mean, a candlelight? So they were meetings where they were late at night, and then they actually had candles like in the meeting. So you turned off all the lights, and the meeting was in the dark, but with like candle lit. And so like all the way down the table, there would be like little small tea lights that were lit, you know, and stuff. So anyway, and this friend of mine, he used to go to a lot of those meetings that I went to, because they were mostly at a certain place that I went to, and then they were at like, what? My nose is driving me crazy. And they were at a, some of them were at a homeless shelter, and some of them were at this club that I used to go to. Anyway, I used to see him a lot. So I saw him last night. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I haven't seen you in several years. So we talked for a while after the meeting, and we're gonna like get together and go have coffee or something. So it was really good seeing him, and it's nice when you haven't seen somebody for a while, especially in recovery, you know, and they're still doing really well, and, you know, to get to hear about, you know, what's been going on in their life and all of that, and job changes and relationships and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was great seeing him, and saw some of my other friends, and one of my friends had a birthday last night, and celebrated 8 years of sobriety, which is amazing. And it was a good meeting. So anyway, then afterwards, Tanya and I went and got fountain pops. Well, I got a lemonade. She got a fountain pop. And I did a little bit of grocery shopping at the gas station. I got bread for grilled cheese sandwiches. And then I got that hell of a good onion dip and some chips, which I ate when I got home. And then I got 2 things of jalapeno cheese, and another little small bag of like sour cream and cheddar chips that I ate those with. And I got some combos. And I got a Reese's candy bar. What else did I get? I think that's it. So anyway, yeah. And then came home last night, and Alex was in bed, and he's watching this show called Alba. I think it's like the Spanish television show. He's been watching it for a while now. So I don't know, it must be several seasons. So he was watching that upstairs in bed, so I went up there and I said hello to he and Boo, and Boo Radley was all like cuddled up in a little circle at the end of the bed. So I said hi to them, and then I put on my sweats, and I went downstairs. And then I watched on Watch What Happens Live. They are doing this, like, they're releasing these panels. So Watch What Happens Live, sorry. WoW Presents, which is the RuPaul's Drag Race, like, app that you can buy or download. They have all these panels from DragCon, which is like the RuPaul's Drag Race, like, convention that they do. T.S. Madison hosts these panels with like the different casts of certain seasons, and so it's called Bring Back My Girls. And so I watched the first one, It was only like 38 minutes long, but it was good. And it was with the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World, and which was one of the seasons that I watched. So that was fun. I watched that. And I was going to watch... What did I do after that? Oh, I came out and I talked to a friend on the phone. And then I can't remember what I did after that. Well, anyway, I must have watched something else on TV. I feel like I watched something else, and I can't remember what it is. Because I finally went upstairs to bed, and Alex was still watching TV, and it was about 11:45. And I was actually going to lay down for like an hour, and then get up and like watch the newest episode of Unsolved Mysteries, and then go back to bed. But I knew, I was like, if you get up and watch this show and try to go back to bed, like, you're going to really have a hard time going back to bed. So I just set my alarm for this morning, and I went to bed at midnight last night. And Alex like turned off the lights and said, "Good night, Alexa." And is that Alexa? Is that her name? And that makes the thunderstorm sound come on and stuff. So I went to bed at midnight last night and got a good night's sleep. And then I got up today and got a bunch of stuff done around the house that I wanted to get done. And I made a drama video, a review video. I reviewed The Watcher on Netflix. I did a Peterisms video. I was going to do a PO unboxing video, but I didn't get to that. And now I'm vlogging. I talked to my friend Valerie on the phone, and I talked to another friend of mine on the phone. And yeah, and now I'm vlogging. And I said this vlog was going to be really, really long today, you guys, but I have to be honest with you. I've kind of been going like all day, and I'm a little kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm exhausted, but I'm just kind of like calm and relaxed, and I just don't have tons to talk about, so well, I guess I never really do, right? But so I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably like a half an hour, 40 minutes, like typical. Also, I may see, Alex is supposed to get done at 6, so I may see if he wants to get something to eat when he gets done. And oh, also tonight we have the second part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, and we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We have that tonight as well. And then I probably will watch what do you call it, Unsolved Mysteries, and then I'll probably go to bed early again tonight. I have to say, I've like seen all these people that I know that are like on fall break, and they've been going on these like week-long vacations and stuff, and it's kind of made me feel not so much like I wish I was like going on vacation. Like, I don't necessarily feel that way. I feel like I just kind of want to watch TV shows and not really do a whole lot, which sounds so kind of completely lazy. I know, you know. But like, that's just kind of how I feel. Like, I want to take like a fall break and have like a, you know, just be like, okay, I'm taking fall break for the next 4 days. But then when I do that, it's like, whenever I do that, like I was saying to Tanya last night, that other than my vlog, I hadn't filmed any videos on Sunday and Monday. And she said, well, why not? She was like, what's going on? And I said nothing. I said, I just, you know, like, didn't really get to them. And, you know, just kind of was doing other stuff. And so I think like it's nice. Like, before, I always felt like so driven, like I had to get 4 to 6 videos out like every single day. You know, like a year ago, I was like, I had to get 4 to 6 videos out every single day, and if I didn't, then like I really kind of beat myself up for it, you know. And like, I remember like going on vacation, and if you've watched my channels for a while, you'll know this, like I would pre-film like review videos and Peterisms videos for like 7 to 10 days out, for like every single day. Not always, but several trips I did that. And I look back at that, you know, and I'm like, I always had fun doing it. Like, it was, you know, I felt pumped doing it. It was like, once I sat down, I could, like, you know, do, like, a ton of them. But, like, and that's kind of how I am now. Like, today, like, I got started. If honestly, like, I thought Alex was going out to have dinner with one of his girlfriends tonight for her birthday. Because she went on a birthday trip, but I guess she's not back yet. So he's not going out to dinner with her till, I think, maybe tomorrow night or something. He has a Halloween party that he's going to on Friday. He asked me if I wanted to go, but I don't think I'm going to go to that. But then my sponsor is having a little get-together on Saturday, and I may go to that. He may go too. I don't know. So I thought he was going to be doing this dinner thing tonight, and so I was going to film later. So when I started filming, well, actually, my plan today, if you want to know the truth, was that I was going to film 2 Peterisms videos. I was going to film just reading a meditation book, and then I was going to also do, like, recovery one, and then I was going to do my review video of The Watcher, and then I was going to do 2 drama videos, and then I was going to do the PO unboxing, which I've meant to do for my Peter Does Stuff channel, and then I was going to do the vlog. So I was going to have, like, and I mean, I got 4 videos done today, so I feel like I you know, was pretty productive, but yeah, like, I look back and it's like, I just kind of, like, always, like, would beat myself up if I didn't get those things done. And now I just, like, I wake up and I feel so kind of, like, relaxed about things, you know? This tree is changing so slowly, but it's so pretty. I don't think my mums are going to make it. The yellow ones are doing good, and the rust ones are doing good. Those white ones are fine. The white ones on the end are not doing well. And they kept on falling over. But with 2 nights of having frost, I need to cover them tonight. I did not cover them the last 2 nights. They don't look like they were hurt by it, though. So I don't know. I asked my neighbor across the street, and she was like, she wasn't going to cover hers. I don't really know what she's going to do with all that stuff. Like, just let it die? Like, I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Like, when I'm, like, looking across over there now, I mean, now that it's not summer anymore and it's blooming and you can kind of see, like, in the summer you could see a path. Like, now it's just a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, her mums are pretty. The ones you can see. She's got some purple ones that I really like. My mom used to always just get 2 big yellow mums, like, on either side. Did you hear that? 2 big yellow mums on, like, either side of, like, the front door going. We had, like, 2 steps going down, 2 brick steps going down. And she would just get those and put them in, like pots. Alex is so proud of himself because, so this plant that they were all trying to split at work, like, they each took part of it home, and so he, like, read online or searched a YouTube video on how to, like, regrow a plant or something, and then he went to this nursery and he bought, like, a plant pot for that. And it's sitting behind me in the videos that I do. It's the black pot. And he's like every couple days he'll be like, it's already growing more. It's growing more. And it's doing really well. The one plant that I have that's behind me, like, in the yellow pot, like, sitting behind me in the chair. Not right now, but, like, inside. Like, I have been meaning to repot that. Like, it's in this, like, inside, it's in this, like, really little small pot that I bought it in. And I can't believe it stayed alive all these years. Like, I really can't. Like, and I mean, it'll get bone dry and then I water it and it's still fine. Like, I don't know how it's done it these years. I think that if I put it in a bigger pot, like, I think it would explode. Like, I think it would, like, it would really, really grow. So I need to buy a pot and do that. And I bought this plant the biggest plant that I bought recently, I think I bought it at the grocery store. Just it was like, I looked on there the other day. It has a price tag on it. It's like $14.99 or $17.99 or whatever. It's like really healthy. It's doing really well, and the cactus behind me is doing really well too. So, and then Alex and I at Costco, we bought another plant on the floor. I just love plants so much. The thing is, we have horrible light inside for plants. Like, our house is just not great for plants at all. Our neighbor next door, she has like her guest bedroom. She has all these plants in there, and she has lights and stuff. It looks like a grow room. Like, when you drive by, it looks like she's growing things illegally. She's not. They're like palm fronds and stuff like that. But like, she has these grow lights in there, and so they're on like all the time, right? But her plants are beautiful. I mean, they're like, I mean, she's got all kinds of plants in her condo and stuff like that, and they're just gorgeous. People running by. But I don't know that I would want to have like plant lights all up over my house, you know? And our house is so dark, and there just aren't a lot of like windows and stuff like that. So, I don't know, does anybody know plants that are good in low light, that don't require a lot of light? I don't know. My fern's still hanging in there a little bit. Although the back of her is not good, because she's been sitting up against this, like the chest that we put the covers for, or the cushions for the couch on the back porch. She was sitting up against it all summer, so like the back of her, it looks like one of those hairdos, you know, it's like shaved on one side and down on the other. Do you remember those from when I was in high school? That's what she looks like. Do you want to see? Here, I'll show you. See? She doesn't look very good back there, but the rest of her is like doing really well. It's still like a really like lush, leafy, like green. It's just pretty. Oh. If Alex doesn't want... Well, last night for dinner, I just ate crap. I ate cheese and chips and dip, and a candy bar. I mean, like, that was literally my dinner last night. If Alex doesn't want to go get dinner tonight, I may see if he'll either, like, pick me up something on the way home, or if he'll run me somewhere really quick that I can go get, because I'm hungry. I don't know what I'm hungry for. I haven't actually had pizza in a while. I could do pizza. Do you know what's going to sound crazy is? Like, and I know people are like, whenever I say Papa John's, they're always like, Papa John's pizza is so gross. Like, I'm not really hungry for Jet's pizza. Okay, my battery died. I had to go inside and get another battery. I've been filming on the same battery all day. And I went back in to look and see what I was talking about, because I was checking things. So anyway, I was talking about, like, maybe wanting pizza. And I was thinking about the fact that, like, I had Jet's pizza so much, right? Like, do you ever, like, have something so much that then, like, you kind of just don't want it anymore? Like, I still, like, love Jet's pizza, I think. But, like, I wouldn't want to order it tonight. And I haven't even had it in a while. But, like, Papa John's pizza kind of sounds good to me. I don't know why. I don't know why it sounds good to me, but, yeah, I think it's just because I had Jet's pizza so much, you know? Like, I was eating it, like, every 3 days there for a while. Whenever I get stuff DoorDashed, the problem with that as a vegetarian is that 9 times out of 10, there's something wrong with it. Even when you go in there on the order and you do specialty orders or whatever, these girls are just like running around in circles in this neighborhood. But even when you do like specialty orders and you say like no bacon, no this, no that, right? Like there's still like stuff comes up wrong on it. So I don't like to DoorDash stuff because I get it home, or I get it here, and then I'm excited, and usually I order it in time to like watch a television show. Like I would order it in time for us to watch The Housewives. And then I get really excited about like eating it while I'm watching it. And then the food comes and it's, not what I wanted. And so, and I mean, I even have to be like careful of that when like I go and order food, or if like Alex picks up food for me, I'll have to be like, can you make sure that you check it and see that there's not like, if I like get pasta or something, there's no like, meat sauce in it or chicken or whatever. Those nachos at Cheesecake Factory the other day, oh my god, those were so good. I could eat those again tonight. But yeah, because then it becomes like this huge hassle of, are you going to call? I mean, yeah, you spend all this money on DoorDash, right? So you're definitely going to call, but then it's like another hour for them. And sometimes like the restaurants are already closed, and so you can't get your food, so they just like, they credit you your money, but then it's like, okay, you have nothing to eat, like you're not eating anything, right? So I don't really DoorDash a whole lot. What was I saying about that tree earlier? It's changing slowly. Like the top of it is all red. It's really pretty. It's like slowly changing. I think it's so pretty though. I use the same cup today. I think I have just a little bit of iced coffee. I need to go to the grocery store. I have just a little bit of iced coffee left. And then that's it in the fridge. Which is fine because I can make like hot coffee. At night, like after dinner sometimes when I've been coming home and like watching a TV show or whatever, I've been making like a cup of hot coffee. And interestingly enough, like I can drink a cup of hot coffee and then go to bed and fall asleep just fine. Like I'm completely fine. I hang out in bed with Alex a lot when like he's playing his game and whatever, and then I just like look at my phone, and then I go downstairs when I watch TV. I need to take my book upstairs, and that should be when I start reading, is when I'm just like hanging out in bed with him, because the light in the bedroom is good, and I can see up there. These girls have now walked by our house 4 times. Well, the first 2 times they ran, but then they walked, and then they walked right back. And they can't live in this neighborhood because, well, first of all, I don't think there's any like kids their age that live in this neighborhood. It's not like they couldn't, but I don't think that they do. And so that means they have to live in like the neighborhood outside of here. So I wonder why they walked down there and then walked all the way back. That's what I need to be doing. I need to be running. My neighbor down the street, I can see they have a little ghostie hanging out that's like, oh, they're walking out of the neighborhood. They must live outside of the neighborhood. Tonight truly would be like a really good night for chili. I wish that Yats was closer to us, because if it was, I would have Alex run me up there like every single day, and I would get, like some kind of etouffee or jambalaya with like the garlic bread. Every single day I would get it. It's so good. I guess I could probably get that DoorDashed. It's kind of far away from here, though. I should look on there and see if they have that on DoorDash. Do any of you DoorDash a lot? Whenever I order pizza, this is interesting, but well, except from Jets. Jets is like Jets delivery people, but like if I order like Papa John's or Hot Box or whatever, maybe Hot Box is different, but Papa John's, and then there's one other place that we order pizza from. Maybe it's Pizza Hut, I don't know. But the delivery people are always DoorDash people because, like if they call or they text or whatever, it'll say like we're from DoorDash or whatever. And I don't know if that's because those people can't like, those places can't get like drivers or they don't have drivers. I don't know. I will say that about Jets Pizza is that they are super, super fast. Like usually whenever I order a pizza, like it'll say like, they're really close to us too. There's a lot of them around, but it's usually like they're here within an hour. What am I even talking about tonight? I don't even know. I don't even have like a box of macaroni and cheese in there to make, you guys. Although I do have bread, and I do have peanut butter, and I do have bread, and I have cheese. So I can make grilled cheeses, and I can make tomato soup, because I do have a tomato soup in there. So I have that. I know Alex would run me up to the grocery store if I wanted to get some other stuff at the grocery store. Like in my head, like thinking about what I would really want. This is where like when people say to me like you should cook, and then they follow it up by saying you would really love to cook, and I really don't love to cook. I really don't. Like even like when I try it, I don't love it. First of all, we don't have like tons of space to cook. Number one. Number two, I don't like to clean up. That's number two. Number three, if I'm like hungry for something, like I just kind of like to like get it and eat it. Like I don't like to like wait to like have to cook it and then it'd be like 45 minutes and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't, like that's not enjoyable to me. I know that the art of cooking is really enjoyable to a lot of people. You know, like I have a lot of friends of mine that like love to cook. Tanya puts out a full spread like literally every single night. Every single night. Tanya will do, you know, like she made chili the other night, you know, and so on Sunday night, so she'll make chili, salad, cornbread, a dessert, you know, a fruit and vegetable tray. I mean, she does the whole chip and dip, you know. Tanya does like the whole 9 yards. Every single night she does that. You know, she'll do like a roasted chicken with, you know, potatoes and green beans and a salad. And then she'll make like, you know, like some kind of bread and whatever. She does that like every single night. She loves it. She always has loved doing that. Ever since I've known her, she's always like done that. And I know a lot of people like that. Like my neighbors across the street, like they love to cook. I just don't like, I think if maybe I was good at it and then people are like, well, if you practiced it more, you would, you know, whatever. It's interesting because like my cousin Caroline, she doesn't really like cooking either. But her husband, he loves to cook. And he gets, I think it's HelloFresh. It's like one of those. And he orders it. And so I think they get it like 3 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week. And she's like, they're really, I can't remember which one it is, but she's like, they're really, really good. And he really enjoys them because like he gets to make different things and he enjoys cooking and whatever. And then like one night they go out to dinner. And then one night they have like frozen pizzas that they have there at the house, or they get pizza. And because she's like, we always just have like frozen cheese pizzas in case somebody doesn't want to eat the meal like he's made, you know, like if David or his girlfriend or something doesn't want to eat the meal, we just have like a frozen cheese pizza for them. So, but Carol, I'm like, do you ever cook? And she's like, I don't enjoy cooking. She's like, at all. Like, you know, Mike always does all the cooking. And I didn't really know that until recently. I mean, Caroline cooks, you know, like when we go over there for holidays and stuff. But that's not true necessarily. Like she'll cook something. Like she'll cook like, she makes these mushrooms in this like wine sauce that are like delicious, like in a crock pot. But like Mike, I guess, really does do most of the cooking. Like he does like, you know, the big stuff. The mashed potatoes and the green beans and the stuffing and the turkey and all that. I mean, he always does all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I know people love to cook. I guess maybe I wish I did, you know, like, but I've tried and I don't really enjoy it. And it's not that like I don't like know how to cook. Like I think when I say that, people are like, well, you can't do this. Like, I mean, it's not like I can't make pasta. I could go in there. We have pasta inside. I can make pasta and put butter on it, you know, and put pasta. I know how to cook up pasta sauce, and I could do a pasta meal, and I could get garlic bread and put it in the oven. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I know how to do that, like, very minimal stuff. I could make macaroni and cheese. You know, I could buy a macaroni and cheese or a lasagna from the grocery store and put it in the oven. I mean, I know how to cook. Like, I know how to cook from directions. Let's put that. I can do rice-a-ronis and things like that, you know? But, like, I don't enjoy doing it. I guess I did maybe... I didn't enjoy it more, but I guess I cooked more in my youth. You know, where I would like... Well, actually, this is interesting. So, probably the healthiest that I ever was, like, eating-wise, and this wasn't when I was a vegetarian, was when I was working out, like, 6-7 days a week. And every day at lunch, I would eat a can of tuna, a little small can of tuna, and then a packet of saltine crackers, and I would eat... I would drink 1 small can of V8 juice, like sodium free. And for breakfast, I would eat like a granola bar, like a protein granola bar. And then for dinner, when I came home, like I would go work out, and I worked out like extensively. Like I would either do the Stairmaster or I would like run for like an hour, and then like I would lift for like 45 minutes or an hour, and I was like really in good shape. And then when I came home, there were these packets that I would get, and it was like 2 breasts of chicken, like skinless chicken, and you just put them in the microwave for like 90 seconds. And then I had this rice cooker that had a vegetable steamer on top, and I would put like whole grain or white rice underneath it. And then I would put like a bag of vegetables that I would buy. Like I would buy like broccoli or Brussels sprouts or, you know, whatever, all kinds of carrots, all kinds of green beans, all kinds of stuff. And I put it on top, and so it would steam. And I didn't put butter or anything on it. I would steam it with the rice, and then I would have the 2 breasts of chicken with steamed vegetables and rice, and then I would also have a peanut butter sandwich on whole grain bread, and I would drink it with a glass of milk. And that was my dinner, like literally every single day. That was how I ate. And I did that. I mean, if we went out to, like, if on the weekends, if I was out with friends, like after we went out to a bar or something like that, like, because this was between maybe with my first boyfriend and my second boyfriend. So when I would go out with friends and stuff, like we would go out, and then afterwards, you know, we would go to, there was this restaurant downtown in Fountain Square called Peppy Grill, and so we would go to Peppy Grill a lot and eat, and I would always, like, you know, like eat like omelet and hash browns and sausage and crap food, right? But other than that, no, like I really didn't eat that bad. Like I ate pretty good. And then when I lost weight, the last time that I was like the thinnest, which was before I met Alex, I started it in a really unhealthy way. I started it by eating, I can't remember what I ate for breakfast and lunch because, well, I ate 2 lean cuisines for dinner every single night. I don't know, but whatever I ate throughout the day came to 900 to 1,000 calories. That's all I ate, was 900 to 1,000 calories. I mean, it wasn't healthy, and I know that. And I was working out. I was eating a lot. I remember eating a lot of, like, protein bars. Like, there were these protein bars that I loved that had, like, 28 or 29 grams of protein in them. And my friend that lived in Denver, like, he introduced me to them, and so I would eat it, and I loved them. They tasted so good. They were like chocolate and peanut butter, and they were like big ones, and I loved them, and I would eat those. But yeah, I wasn't like, that was like later. That was like when I wasn't just eating 1,000 calories a day. But I did that for like probably 2 months, and I shed a lot of weight, and it wasn't healthy. And I don't ever want to do that again. Like, and I remember like forcing myself not, like being hungry and forcing myself not to eat, you know? And the saddest thing about that is, the saddest memory that I have is, that was when my mom and I went to Gatlinburg for Christmas for the last time. And we were going to go out to dinner somewhere for Christmas Eve dinner and all this kind of stuff. And instead, I was like, no. And it was like, literally, I don't remember what they were. It was like basil something that I ate. But it was like the same 2 meals that I ate every single day. Like from Lean Cuisine. I ate the same 2 ones every single day. And so when we went to the grocery store down in Gatlinburg, I just got like 10 of those. Well, I had gone and gotten my mom, like, I don't know, like, these Bob Evans kind of like, you know, or I don't know what frozen dinners, but there were like 4 or 5 of them that were like mashed potatoes and turkey and stuff, so she could have a Christmas dinner, you know. And I remember my mom was kind of sad, but she wasn't really saying anything about not going out to eat somewhere. And my insistence on losing weight really made me miss out on that opportunity of having that dinner with my mom. And I remember my mom was even eating that meal, and she was like, and she was eating that meal that I had gotten, and she was like, well, this is really pretty good. Like, this is a really nice Christmas dinner. And I can remember thinking to myself, at the time, knowing, right? Like, thinking, like, this is absurd that you're making your mom, like, eat this frozen dinner for Christmas just because you have this insistence on losing weight. And I really think it was a control thing at the time, and I will never do that again. I never will, you know. I've struggled with my weight my entire life, whatever, but I'm not going to miss out on opportunities or experiences with people over my insistence to look a certain way, and neither should anybody else, you know. And I would have much rather, in retrospect, had gone out to dinner and had some amazing Christmas dinner with my mom that I would be able to remember, you know, than look back and remember that we were sitting in that cabin eating frozen dinners. Like, it's sad, you know? So. And I know, like, if she were here, she'd be like, Peter, seriously, of all the things, like, that's, like, you know. But I think that's also where, like, you know, you talk about, like, people say, I live with no regrets. I have no regrets. And I'm always like, you don't have any regrets? Like, seriously, none? Nothing that you would do differently? You know, my mom's last birthday, I always did something special for her birthday. I always took her out to dinner, or I always, like, took her down to the casino to go gambling. We would stay down there, you know, overnight or whatever. But I remember the last time for her birthday, like, my mom was, like, really, I was telling someone the other day about, like, it's really important for me to have a stocking for Christmas because that's how I grew up. And, like, our first Christmas together, Alex didn't know that, and I was kind of like, no stocking. Oh, I was telling my friend Valerie this. And, but how do people know if you don't tell them, right? But it was always really important for my mom to have a birthday cake on her birthday. And I don't remember what happened, but I was running late or something to pick her up. I don't even remember what we did for her last birthday. I think we went to the casino and stayed down there for a night. But I was, like, running late. And I remember my mom was like, no birthday cake? And my response to her was, Mom, there's gonna be other birthdays, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I forgot your birthday. I'll get you a birthday cake next year, you know? Instead of just pulling in somewhere and buying her a damn birthday cake that year, which would have been so simple and would have made her so happy, you know? It's like, I do have regrets. I don't want to live with those regrets of making me sad for the rest of my life, but what I can do with those regrets is I can act differently today, you know, and things that I know that are important to people, I can act out in today instead of, you know, being, like, just constantly living in regret and being like, you know, that birthday cake would have made my mom happy. Remember other people's birthdays, you know? Holidays were important to my mom. Make sure that holidays are important for other people, you know, as well. So, and remember that and learn from those, because I don't want to live in that regret, you know? So, all right, you guys, listen, I'm going to get off here now, and I'm going to go check in with my husband and see if he is on his way home yet, because I'm hungry. Hungry Hippos. You guys remember that game when you were a kid? That and Operation. Hungry Hippos and Operation. I hated those 2 games because I never won. I never won at games anyway. Anyway, thank you for hanging out on the front porch with me. This has been fun today, and I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. You can start your week over too if you need to. But don't practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.